What is up, guys? So, usually I don't do videos like this on the channel. It's mainly just the gaming part of WWE slash wrestling. But since everything, all of this shit happened, Friday, the SmackDown, which, was 3 days ago, 2 days ago, whatever it is. But I just wanted to make a video on my opinions of the WWE releases, and quite a few of them, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with WWE? And a part of me feels like this WWE is getting very difficult lately, at least for me, because it seems like they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, yes, I love all the call-ups that they brought, but what, 2 years, 3 years down the road, they're just gonna release them because they ain't doing nothing with them anymore? So, I don't know, but I want to go through the releases here and give my opinions on it if you really care about my opinions. I know a lot of other wrestling YouTubers, creators have already did their videos, but I want to do one. And first, Alba Fire. It sucks. She was a beast back in NXT UK as Kaylee Ray. I haven't watched a lot of NXT UK, but I definitely want to go back and watch her because I think she was the longest reigning ever women's NXT UK champion. And then I feel like her, and then when Isla Dawn got released after last WrestleMania, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn as the Unholy Union as a tag team should have been a way bigger deal on the main roster, because they were like one of the only put together an actual women's tag team. They were so good. I wish they were together longer. They should be multi-time women's tag team champions. So it's annoying. Alba Fire is going to do some great shit. I think she could go to TNA. She could go to AEW and either, compete on AEW or Ring of Honor. The independent scene, it's crazy in the US and all over the place. Maple Leaf Pro is getting bigger in Canada. She could go do that. But at least there is options for her. She could even go back to Europe, where she's from. She's from Scotland. And, the independent scene over there is crazy. I definitely think Alba Fire will do something. I would love for her and Isla Dawn to reconnect, on the indie scene. I know Isla Dawn's been competing in MLW, and shit like that. Bring back the Unholy Union, because that was one of my favorite women's tag teams of all time. So, yeah, Alba Fire, Kaylee Ray, she'll definitely misutilize. So, hopefully, I guess we'll see what happens to Piper Niven. Are they going to release her next? That type of shit. But it's annoying. Alba Fire, Kaylee Ray. Hopefully, she'll land on her feet somewhere. She is a talented wrestler. And then we're just going to loop in Aleister Black and Zelina Vega together. So this one pisses me off too, especially with everything coming out that Aleister Black was supposed to, be in a match with Randy Orton at Mania. And, I think he was supposed to beat Randy Orton at Mania. Going from that to be released a week later. It's like, bro, he was only back for a year. Aleister Black is so underrated. A very athletic, tall dude. I love his tattoos. Zelina Vega, she's so good. She's good as a ballet. She can wrestle. But basically WWE gave them the Karrion Kross and Scarlett gimmick, which, I don't know, is so annoying. But Aleister Black, a very good wrestler. Same thing with Zelina Vega, a very good wrestler as well. These two could do great on the independent scene if they still want to wrestle. We all know Zelina Vega does stream as well, but she could do both. Aleister Black could go wrestle. Maybe the door isn't closed for AEW. Tony Khan, he doesn't seem like that type of person to never bring anyone back. But Aleister Black could definitely, he could go back to AEW. Could go to New Japan, could, go to Europe. I believe he is from the Netherlands, so he could go back home and wrestle. There's MLW, AAW, TNA, CMLL. Of course, you can't really go to AAA because, WWE owns AAA now. But, yeah, Aleister Black and Zelina Vega will definitely make it somewhere, and this one is a real stupid one from WWE as well. And now this one is a personal one. Alex Shelley, we're going to throw in Chris Sabin as well. Motor City Machine Guns, one of my favorite tag teams of all time. Of course, you probably heard me say in my videos on all of my channels, I'm from Michigan. I live in Michigan. I live like an hour away from Detroit. So Motor City Machine Guns, they resonate with me as, another Michigander here. And I don't know. The tag team wrestling in WWE is very, very extinct. Like, I don't understand. Like, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin are one of the all-time greatest tag teams ever. And they were, like, there to build up the tag team division. And I don't know, they're one of the best they were probably the best tag team on WWE's roster. The Street Profits are back now. The Usos seem like they're back together. So, build the tag team division around these guys. Actually, build tag teams, the division, have teams fighting for the titles. Shit like that. Tag team wrestling is, important to me because I love tag team wrestling. It's just my favorite. I love tag team moves. I just love tag teams. That's my favorite type of wrestling. Other than, ladder matches, but tag team ladder matches are goated. But this one is real dumb. Like, they put in all this effort in to bring them to WWE, and like a year and a half, 2 years later, they release them. Oh, dude, that shit is so stupid. I'm so annoyed about this one. But Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin could definitely go back to TNA, where, them and the Hardy Boys could put on some great matches. They could go to AEW, where AEW knows how to book tag teams and know how to use tag teams. They could take on FTR, Edge and Christian. There's other tag teams there. The Don Callis family. How many tag teams are in that? The Wesley, formerly known as Wesley, but there's a lot of, tag teams in AEW that could get good rub from the Motor City Machine Guns. Hell, bro, you can put them in Ring of Honor, have them bounce between both shows. They could go to New Japan. But I would love for them, Motor City Machine Guns, to go to AEW. I love Aleister Black and Zelina Vega to go to AEW, and Alba Fyre. Because me personally, AEW has been a lot better than WWE, and WWE is just giving AEW the chance to sign these great wrestlers right here. But yeah, personal one, Motor City Machine Guns, WWE, they must have their heads so far up their asses that they don't know how to book tag teams or know when they have a great tag team, one of the best of all time, literally on their roster. So, but Motor City Machine Guns, they're going to be fun. I cannot wait to see them hopefully back in AEW. Hopefully get a run in AEW. Multi-time tag champions. I would love that. But yeah, Motor City Machine Guns. Oh, what the fuck is wrong with WWE? And then Andre Chase, an NXT guy. I feel like he could have stayed around. You could have brought him up to the main roster as just a singles guy. The Chase U gimmick could have worked on the main roster. You never gave it a chance. WWE don't take chances. I don't understand why they don't take chances. It's real dumb, annoying, and I felt like Chase U could have, possibly could have worked on the main roster. You never know. Andre Chase, a good wrestler. He could have been a good mid-card guy or, lower card guy going after tag titles or going, being in that IC or US title division. I don't know, a main event guy. So yeah, I don't know. Andre Chase, hopefully he will still wrestling. He could be a good gift for any company. Maybe he goes to TNA. We will see. Apollo Crews, another one. I'm surprised he has lasted this long, but I've always liked Apollo Crews. He's a very good wrestler. I think underrated in my opinion. Just a big, beefy dude that could do cruiserweight moves. So Apollo Crews, definitely, I would love for him to go to AEW. I feel like he would shine in AEW. Yeah. Even TNA, Ring of Honor. I feel like he would be a perfect wrestler for the AEW. just because he's very athletic and he can move for, a muscular fucking dude. So I think Apollo Crews will be good, you know, after WWE. But another release that I'm sad about, but they weren't doing anything with him. He was a main event guy, so I don't know. Apollo Crews, cannot wait to see where he goes. And then here's this one just pisses me off too. The whole Wyatt 6 got released, and in my opinion, this may not be anyone else's opinion, but in my opinion, this is just a spit in the face of Bray Wyatt. And I say that because they didn't really do anything with the Wyatt 6 in like a 6-month feud with the MFTs. They could have done shit with the Wyatt 6. They could have went after people that turned on their friends, their families. Create more factions in WWE. I like multi-man, matches, factions, make factions that could go up against WWE. There ain't no way WWE can't fucking sign a bunch of more wrestlers and make factions and all the shit when TKO has how much fucking money? Releasing these wrestlers ain't gonna, it's gonna, increase a little bit of money in your pocket because you don't gotta pay these people anymore? Like, what the fuck? Y'all have so much fucking money. You telling me you can't pay for the Y6, Motor City Machine Guns, Aleister Black, and all of them? Like, the fuck? But I think it's a spit in the face of Bray Wyatt because they didn't do nothing with them. And, Bo Dallas, especially Eric Rowan, too. He was part of the Wyatt family back in the day. And they were there to build on the Bray Wyatt's legacy. And they could have done a bunch of backstage shit, spooky shit. I just don't think Triple H or TKO know how to do supernatural characters. So, I don't know. Me personally, spit in the face of Bray Wyatt, but I don't know where these guys go from here. I don't know. Bo Dallas goes and wrestles anywhere else. Hopefully Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy do. I think they are very underrated as well. Maybe they go to TNA. No, Dexter Lumis' wife, I believe Indy Hartwell, is still in TNA. Don't quote me on that, but I believe she is. Joe Gacy's very good. Eric Rowan, if he continues wrestling, he could even go to TNA. Maybe AEW wants a big dude that's pretty athletic. For a big dude, Eric Rowan could move. I'm not sure how well nowadays, but he could still move. Nikki Cross, they could just brought her back to her old gimmick and kept her. Just a psycho bitch type of character. So I don't know. It's annoying because the YS6, they just didn't do nothing with them. That's the thing. It's like they had an amazing debut, but then they did nothing with them. Put the tag titles on them, and then didn't really give them anyone. And I don't know. It's just WWE. It's pissing me off so bad where I just want to stop with WWE. Well, I'm still gonna keep up on it. I may not watch the shows live all the time, but WWE doesn't take chances, and that's what pisses me off. But hopefully the YS6, hopefully everyone that's part of the YS6 can go have a successful career after WWE. But yeah, the YS6 is definitely a big one. And of course, some of these Evolve and NXT guys, I really don't know. Like Dante Chen, I don't really know. Dante Chen, I really don't know. I got to catch back up with Evolve and NXT, so maybe I will get to see some of his matches and be like, why the fuck they let this guy go? So I don't know. So yeah, hopefully Dante Chen could go have a successful career. Looks like Francisco Pinslow. Looks like he was the WWE guy. So yeah, hopefully he could go and have a good career as well. Not sure who he is. And then this one's a dumbass one. Kairi Sane. It's just like the whole R-Truth situation. I don't know, maybe Kairi will come back just because, the We Want Kairi chants may start. I don't know. But Kairi Sane, one of the underrated Japanese wrestlers in the company. She is very good. She could sell like crazy. She's the woman version of Dolph Ziggler. She's just so tiny. She looks like a rag doll just getting thrown out there. But I don't know. That one definitely hurts as well. Kairi Sane's so underrated. Brought her back, like 2-3 years ago. And it's WWE, what the fuck is wrong with you? It pisses me off. But hopefully, Kairi Sane, she would be a great AEW wrestler as well. She could go back to Stardom in Japan. She could even just go to New Japan. She could go to TNA. Well, hopefully, Kairi Sane will continue wrestling, and I cannot wait to see her just releasing these people. People are still gonna follow them. That's gonna bring eyes to other companies, and I don't think WWE realizes that. But I don't know. It's their problem, not mine. It's a good thing that professional wrestling is as healthy as it is, so that way these people ain't, completely out of a job. They can go wrestle in other companies. But Kairi Sane, WWE has their head so far up their fucking ass, and it's like fucking, I don't know. It's just I'm just speechless. I'm trying to come up with words, but yeah, their head is so far up their fucking ass right now. And then I don't know these two NXT guys. I believe Luca Crucifino here was part of the D'Angelo family before everything split, and I believe he was a pretty good wrestler. Hopefully he could go and get work somewhere else. Malachi Blade, I can't really speak on him. Don't really know who he is. Santos Escobar is one that kind of pisses me off too. Not kind of, it does. Because he could be, he's a really good Latin wrestler. And I feel like they should have just kept him in AAA. He could have been a good mid-card guy. Sometimes I want the Cruiserweight division back just for guys like Santos. Smaller guys can go after a title. The Cruiserweight division. Bring it back. I know there's one in AAA, but it's only an hour-long show. You can't get all the titles on the show. Bring back the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Like, Cruiserweight wrestling is like one of my other favorite types of wrestling, just cruiserweights. Santos Escobar, a very good wrestler. Legado del Fantasma was a fun luchador faction. They could have been in TNA, not TNA, in AAA, working together. There is trios titles in AAA. They're not using them because WWE doesn't know how to use that type of shit for some reason. But Santos Escobar will be missed, especially by me. A very underrated luchador. And I think he would have some success in AEW. Possibly he could be a good person to put in the Don Callis family as well. Maybe Santos and Andrade have like their tag team going. But yeah, I would love for him to go to AEW and help even compete in Ring of Honor as well, become the world champion of Ring of Honor. He could go to CMLL in Mexico. He could go to New Japan. There's indie companies. So yeah, there's definitely going to be work for Santos. But hopefully Santos will still be wrestling. Another, I don't know, crazy move by WWE. Oh, excuse me here. Oh. Alright, I don't know Tower May Steels. I'm not really sure who she is. Tyreek and Tyson, I believe they were part of that faction with Wes Lee. But I haven't seen a lot of their work. But hopefully these two guys can go get, good work out there. If they're a tag team, maybe AEW will bring them in. Indie companies, TNA could sign them. But yeah, hopefully these two guys can get some good work as well. Of course, we talked about Zelina. And the last one, Zoe Stark, kind of pisses me off too. She had that really bad injury. And I guess she was medically cleared, so that way they didn't release her while she was injured. It's just Zoe Stark was really good, really underrated. She could have been a perfect to throw in the mid-card division for the women's, for the IC title, or the US title. She would have been perfect in there. A pretty big female wrestler that can move and all that stuff, but I think she should go to AEW. I feel like her style of wrestling, that fast pace, jumping off the ropes type of shit, would do very well in AEW. She could be a good TBS champion. Maybe find her a tag team partner. Go after the tag titles. However, she could even go after the AEW world title. She's just a big, a muscular woman that can do crazy shit. That can fly. So yeah, hopefully Zoe Stark will get work out there. I definitely think she will. She could go to TNA as well, become Knockouts champion. Well, I think AEW would be perfect for her. And yeah, I think that's about the rest of my opinion. I can't with WWE right now. Some of these releases make no sense. I don't understand why they think they need to just release. I get it, it's part of the business. You're gonna release wrestling, but like a year back and shit like that. Some guys that haven't made it to the main roster, I understand, but some of these make so sense. Like the whole Wyatt Six. Fuck, excuse me for my yawning. Kyrie Sane makes no sense. Fucking the Motor City Machine Gun make no fucking sense. Apollo Crews could be a good mid card wrestler, low card wrestler. Throw him in the mid card division. Alba Fire, Aleister Black. Like, a lot of these do not make any fucking sense, and it's annoying. Well, yeah, I think I'm done rambling about WWE. I may do another video like this later down the road of talking about some of the shit I want WWE to work on or bring back or to even bring in to WWE. Because I love WWE. I'm a lifelong WWE fan. They got me in to wrestle when I was 10 years old, 15 years ago. And yeah, it's just, I'm starting to prefer these other companies over WWE. I like them all equally. But like AEW, I'm starting to like more than WWE. TNA, Ring of Honor, MLW, just all these other companies that can get you away from the shit WWE is doing. That makes no sense half the time. But yeah, I'm done rambling on. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this different type of video here of me just rambling on about how dumb WWE is. Their heads so far up their fucking asses. Or maybe their heads are so far up each other's asses they just don't know how to fucking think no more. So, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully all these wrestlers will succeed in wrestling and keep an eye on them. You never know if they'll appear on a random episode of Dynamite, Impact, or Ring of Honor, MLW, wherever. Well, yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy. Let's grab all that fun shit, and I'll see y'all on the next one.